Hey, happy Thursday evening, y'all. What is it? The 11th already. Holy cow! We're coming up on Valentine's Day, my least favorite holiday, to be honest with you. I'm all about love. Trust me, if you only knew how many times I've tried to go down that road, but I don't know. Me and emotions don't usually work out too well. Even though I'm really emotional about life lately, about the journey. That's the one thing that all the great heroes knew. From 1984 to Braveheart to The Patriot. No matter what anybody does, no matter what anybody says, they can't stop you from thinking what you think. They can't stop you from acting like an idiot if you choose to act like an idiot. Now, in some countries, when you act like an idiot, they'll shoot you. Germany, when I was there, the Polish I was, back in the 80s, the German Polish I was known for carrying 9 mils, and they were pretty quick on the trigger. You watch the news at night, and they pretty much, that's how they kept people in line. They governed by fear. And that's what we're seeing right now. These people have turned fear into a virtue in order to control the same idiots that they've been controlling all along. They do it through audio methods by, give you a good example. Look into history and ask yourself why, at one point, they went from the national, whatever it is, the broadcasting systems all went from broadcasting at, I think it was, forgive me, I think it was like 832 or something like that megahertz. Or 432 megahertz, and then it jumped up to 440 or 840, whatever the fuck it was. But they switched it. There's a reason for that. Because they found through experimentation that the subjects were more easily docile. They were more passive at that point. You wonder why, after seeing or hearing an advertisement for gum all week, when you're at Wally World, you suddenly feel the urge to buy a fucking pack of gum. Got a clue for you, Skippy. You've been programmed. And that's what this is all about, man. In fact, I'd be willing to bet you that's what part of this freaking vaccine bullshit is about. See, the people that it's going against, these are some kind of mRNA vaccines, and they affect the recipients on a cellular level. I believe that whoever's doing this is going to attempt to use those vaccines to control whoever the fuck gets them. Or who knows, maybe these vaccines are just going to cause people to just start dropping off in the next 5 or 10 years. You can't sue the company. So, who's in control? If somebody tells you got to get this vaccine, or it's your job, who's in control? Who has the right to tell you that you have to be injected with something? Or you don't get to stay here. You don't get to do You don't get to do business. You don't get to buy or sell. I'm starting to wonder if that's part of the reason why I wasn't terminated. Because I presented facts, presented evidence, even quoted the CDC. And now the CDC's gone backwards on what they said originally. And anybody with freaking half a brain inside their head knows that when the death rate actually went down last year as opposed to years previous, that means the pandemic was bullshit. It might have existed, but a version of the flu exists every year too. And a version of the flu kills approximately as many, actually normally more people than it has in previous years. So maybe on the upside, people have finally stopped being so lazy that they're actually washing their hands after they take a shit. So in that sense, maybe this whole pandemic thing was worth it. But when they start jacking people with fucking chemicals that include aborted fetal cells, reactivated or some bullshit like that, and the potential for nanobots, it's not a fucking conspiracy, it's true. That technology has existed forever. Well, not forever, but at least for the past 15, 20 years. And then you look at what Gates has said. Gates wants to, through vaccinations, depopulate upwards of 10% of the population. And if the Dems get their way, what do you think's going to happen in them re-education camps? All them fucking senators, all them congressmen that are voting to impeach Trump when he's out of office, those are the same asshats that are going to vote to freaking increase gun control. You want to know why I'm leaving and going to fucking Texas? There you go. There's your sign. The only freedom we are going to have left unless we fight back at some point is the reality, is our perception of reality. And that's it. Now is the time to pray. Now is the time to just shut the fuck up. Let your neighbors do what your neighbors are doing. Go about your own thing. Shut up. Say some prayers. Meditate. And if you got a wife or a husband, I don't want to get crude or anything, but get with them, man. To quote Jason Mewes, get with the lovemaking. Come on, man. Hey, just because I gave up on the sacred bond doesn't mean y'all have to. And have faith, man. But pray. Because right now, the devil's doing a hell of a job of exposing himself. Have faith in the plan. We're gonna get through this. Hey God, please, dear Lord, anybody that's listening to this, protect them with your guardian angels. Wrap them in your loving warmth and forgiveness. Forgive their sins, Lord, dear Lord. Help them rise up from any darkness that they now find themselves in. And please, dear God, protect Donald J. Trump. All the legal American citizens.